Chipmunk doing another reaction. Today we're reacting to Watch Mojo's top 10 best jump scares in paranormal movies. This is the season. It's Halloween season, so I was like, might as well do a reaction for a top 10 from Watch Mojo that they have been doing. But yeah, there's a lot of paranormal movies and there's a lot of fun scares, stuff like that. So yeah, definitely interested to see exactly what they put in their top 10. Yeah, definitely just interested to see what they pick. My top 10 would probably be way different than theirs. Like, for real. Like, if they do Conjuring, there's one Conjuring scene that was the scariest for me and the best jump scare, but I don't think they'll pick that scene from Conjuring. I think they'll pick the one where the girl is up at the top of the dresser or whatever and she jumps down. That's something I think they would pick. But we'll definitely see what they choose. Go ahead and check this out.
I saw
something
today.
Lipstick face demon.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 best jump scares in paranormal movies.
Cat people.
For this list, we'll be looking at our favourite jump out of your seat moments from supernatural horror films. We're only considering movies that deal with the occult or supernatural, so monsters, aliens, and basic knife-wielding killers are out. Try not to jump when we hit you with this spoiler warning. Be sure to let us know in the comments which scare makes you jump every time.
I was gonna say that's
Number 10,
part 2 for
Lawnmower
which
Scare, Sinister. While this ghostly flick focuses primarily on Mr. Boogie,
they always pick the lawnmower scene. To me, that's not even the scariest
his
jump
refusal
scare.
to stay in photos is admittedly terrifying. When struggling novelist Ellison moves his family into a new house, he seeks inspiration in the home videos left in the attic. But these aren't of Christmas morning or school recitals. They're brutal massacres of other families, each one more horrific than the last.
King County Police, please.
Is this an emergency?
Yes. Yes, it is.
They culminate in a terrifying, visceral lawnmower sequence that leaves you wondering where it's going until it's already too late. What makes it so effective isn't just the shock factor, but the brutally violent image it conjures.
I think a lot of horror movies are doing that as far as just like loud noise to try to get people as far as jump scares and stuff goes.
Annie, Hereditary.
I don't think it works all the time.
Tongue click is definitely the most recognisable scare of this family tragedy turned horror flick. But the film offers up a moment near the end
I love Hereditary.
narrowly edges it out in
It is a pretty good
pure
movie.
spine-tingling surprise. Viewers probably gasped when they first noticed a possessed Annie perched in the corner of the ceiling, but not even then could they prepare for the actual scare. Once Peter finally looks to the spot, Annie has vanished, only to reveal she's crossed the room entirely by bolting out of the shadows. By cleverly toying with the audience's expectation, the payoff of this reveal is satisfying in a way only a truly great jump scare can be. Number 8, the tall man appears. It follows. Like the monster itself,
To me, it was just a shock factor more than it was a jump scare.
isn't plain to see until it's close enough.
I was like, dang. But I like It Follows. It's one of my favorite horror films. Yeah, it was. To me, it was pretty good.
Right to be scared of the stalking entity that only she can see, especially when her friends are utterly oblivious to its threat.
What exactly is supposed to be following me?
The scene simmers in deeply uncomfortable silence through the opening of a door, not just once, but twice, each time with the breathless anticipation of a jolting scare. After plenty of steady rising tension, the quiet is shattered when the entity steps out of the shadows in the form of an imposing, incredibly tall man.
Everything's okay.
disturbingly subdued payoff proved Jay had the right idea. When in doubt, never open the door. Number 7, red-faced reveal. Insidious. Most horror veterans feel it in their
I think
guts when a jump scare's
little
coming,
boy
but
was
Weed Rager
scary in the
could've
jump
expected
scares
this
to
one.
me.
What's happening to Renee's real.
Then this shock one.
I've seen it for myself.
It breaks almost every conventional rule. It's in broad daylight, during an otherwise innocuous scene, and there's little to no setup or rising tension. Yet it's because it breaks those rules that it's so harrowing.
I can still hear that voice.
As the Lambert family battles the possession
I was
of
like,
the
you can
artist's
argue
son,
that.
this moment
Tell you the
establishes
truth.
the idea that they're never
Well,
safe
there wasn't
from anyone
a
else.
setup for it.
Scared mom.
With them talking about everything, it kind of felt like it was a setup.
Scared of what?
Don't do.
It's a scare that's not just riveting in the moment, but sets a dangerous precedent that elevates even the quiet scenes of the film to almost unbearable levels of tension. Number 6, investigating the attic. The Grudge.
The Grudge.
A classic example of a jump scare done right. This moment epitomizes how effective the technique can be.
I forgot what year that was, but I was like in a couple of years of just watching
There's
a lot of the
masterclass
Japanese
mountain dread
versions.
on display here.
The original versions
Since
of a
this
lot
is
of
early
these
in the film,
paranormal
we aren't
films.
sure what to expect from the Grudge.
Like Grudge
ghoul.
and
As the innocent care worker investigates a strange
The Ring
noise,
and
we're
stuff.
left
It
biting
was
our
a
nails
couple other
and
ones.
bracing for an unknown
I was
horror
watching
at
the
every
original
turn.
versions of these
My
horror
friends
films.
began investigating the case.
I forgot what year that was.
2 died mysteriously. No one disappeared.
By the time the corpse-like Kayako flashes on screen and drags her into the attic, it's an equally satisfying and terror-filled release of built-up pressure.
Death becomes a part of that place, killing everything it touches. Once you have become a part of it, it will never let you go.
Refreshingly simple yet dangerously effective, this is a prime example of a jump scare at its best. Number 5, Back from the Grave. Carrie. This legendary Stephen King adaptation about a tormented psychic teen isn't known for
Would
its
you call this
jump scares,
paranormal?
but that's what makes its final moments all the more memorable.
Oh,
No, we're all a little edgy.
I didn't think of Carrie as like anything
She's
paranormal.
better. Well, sleeping too much, I guess. Dr. Schneider said that's to be expected after all she's been through.
After Carrie stains the prom red and dies alongside her mother, remorseful teen Sue visits her grave, only for a hand to burst out and grab her forearm. It may have just been a dream, but in a film that relies on slow burn tension and disturbing imagery, this surprising jolt certainly caught us with our guard down.
Take off that dress. We'll burn it together and pray for forgiveness.
Its placement, just as we're catching our breath after the film's climactic bloody spectacle, makes it all the more effective as a last bow in a scary good showing. Number 4, The Clown Doll.
Oh
Poltergeist.
man, that clown dog.
One of the
I
most
think it used to
frightening
give me a
scenes of
lot
this
when I was
seminal
younger.
haunted house picture sees an apparent moment of calm shattered through an unbearable bout of tension-fueled dread.
They're here.
Mum's taking a bath and the kids are nearly asleep, but just as we're lulled into a false sense of security, young Robbie realises the clown doll has vanished.
I couldn't even have anything that's near my bed just like that. Like that scared the crap out of me as a kid.
There's an agonising build-up of tension as Robbie checks under the bed to no avail, only to sit up and immediately be strangled by the terrifying clown. The scene stews in the looming fright for as long as possible before the inevitable release, maximising the fear factor and going down as one of the most effective scares of its time. 3. A wardrobe nightmare. The Conjuring. Based on the real stories of paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren, it's no surprise that few franchises execute nerve-shearing jump scares better than this one. There's an embarrassment of riches to choose from here, like the iconic hide and clap scene.
If that wasn't in the trailer, I think it would have been scarier.
But the one that really sticks with us sees older sister, Andrea, investigating a noise from the wardrobe.
People usually always pick this scene.
She's on top of it.
I was like, the one in the basement really got me.
The execution of this scene is brilliant, with an emphasis on empty space and shadowed lighting that leaves us scanning each corner of the room for the inevitable scare. Masterfully crafted, utterly terrifying, and with just enough twists to stay fresh, this is a hallmark of modern jump scares.
Who's in here? What happened?
It is one of my favorites. The Conjuring is one of my favorite horror films.
Number 2, I
That was
Saw
pretty
My
good.
Face. The Ring. Few jump scares are genuinely out of nowhere as this one.
Such a
When a
classic.
tape that kills you 7 days after viewing claims its first victim, there's a seeming reprieve from scares as her Aunt Rachel attends the funeral.
Ruthie. I'm so sorry.
But as the victim's mother describes finding the body, there's a quick flash to the grotesque corpse, accompanied by a shrill score and impressive makeup.
I saw her face.
Not only does it shatter any illusion of calm for the remainder of the film, but it's also a horrifying reminder of what's at stake for Rachel and her son. For how brief it is, it's alarmingly effective, and more than stands the test of time as one of the most gasp-worthy moments in all of horror. Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honourable mentions. I Will Rip Your Soul Out, Evil Dead. Ready to be burned alive, this demon finally reveals itself in terrifying fashion.
Rip your soul out, Daddy. I'll rip your soul out!
Kira's Funeral, The Sixth Sense. We were completely unprepared for this dead girl to reach out from under the bed. Kitchen
So
Explosion,
good.
Paranormal Activity 2. A standout in the lengthy franchise, this one
That was
is
not just. There was
violent.
nothing hardly going on in this whole film. I was so dang bored. I was so dang
Before we
bored in that
continue,
whole.
be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You'll have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on
Part two
notifications.
pissed me off.
Number 1, Hospital Horror. The Exorcist 3. The original film is legendary in its own right and features its own catalogue of iconic
I'm trying to
jump
remember if
scares,
I watched
like the repeated
part
flashes
3.
of Pazuzu's face. But the best one doesn't come until the third installment. Presented for the most part in a brilliant tension-filled stationary frame, we can only watch
Oh, yeah,
the
yeah,
fate
yeah,
of
yeah,
Beth
yeah,
as an
yeah. I
unknown
remember this.
nurse
I remember
walks
this now.
back and forth between doorways. There's plenty of misdirect here, and by the time it seems the danger has seemingly passed, a shears-wielding hooded figure appears behind her. The film itself may not be as legendary
Because I
as
watched
the
it
original,
because
but this dread-fueled
of that scene. It was
dumb
on
jump scare certainly
somebody
earns
else's
its
list.
status as
I was
one
like,
of
I have
the
to watch
best in
this.
all the genre.
I remember it now because I know I watched part 2, but I was trying to remember if I watched part 3. But yep, that was the top 10 best jump scares and paranormal films. Again, to each his own as far as what really scares you and stuff like that. I know those are usually like the main ones that people usually pick. That's why I was like, I knew in The Conjuring that's the one that they were going to go with, just because I know that that's one they went with before and other ones usually go to as well. But yeah, to me it's not the scariest jump scares like for a lot of these. Other scares really got me. Yeah, nice top 10 though, I would say. Let me know what y'all think about this in the comments below. If you would have had a different pick, or if there were some other horror films that you would have said or put on the list, let me know as well. If you like this video, please put a like on the video. If you'd like to subscribe to see some more of my videos, please do. Thank you all so much for jumping on and giving me a try. I really do appreciate it. Please do take care of yourselves and each other. Peace, geekdom.